Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a art I consumed video again. And this month is June. It's the last day of June today. Um I probably will be posting this not in June, but probably on Wednesday or Tuesday. Probably Wednesday, probably. But yes, so we're gonna talk about, hold on. I'm gonna pull up this first so we can talk about that first. Hold on. Oh. So yeah, I'm gonna start off with the movies that I watched. Is this it? No. I think it's this page. Sorry. I'm like trying to look for that thing. Okay, here we go. So, in June, it's summer. So, we had to start off with High School Musical 2, which is the perfect movie to start the summer with. I think that this movie is like so like nostalgic realness. I loved this movie so much. I love the soundtrack even more, of course. Like like Disney doesn't do it like they used to. Like they make so many bangers. Well, they still do, but like they make amazing movies. Then I watched My Neighbor Totoro, which I loved. It was so cute. And I honestly cannot believe that that was the first time I watched that. But also like I've also just never watched like before this, like I've never watched Studio Ghibli movies, so yeah. And I really enjoyed this movie. This movie was so cute. I really want to get a physical why can't I think of words? Uh I want I want a physical copy of that movie. Then I watched The Page Master, starring Macaulay Culkin. Uh, what's his name? Yeah, I said it right. Okay. Yeah. And, um, yeah. That movie was good. I thought, I thought that it was kind of like, it's very like 2000s. It's very like, hold on, sorry. I don't know why I'm like, whew, get out of this. Focus, please. But, um, but yeah, it was like very 2000s. It's very like old type movie. Like they don't make movies like that anymore. But yeah, it's very like 2000s or like 90s to early 2000s, like kind of like that kind of vibe type movie. Um and then I watched Cinema Paradiso, and didn't really like it was all right. But yeah, then I watched Matilda. Just a staple kind of movie, self-explanatory. It's just a really good movie. Like you can't go wrong with Matilda. Then I watched um How to Train Your Dragon. Woo! Um and yeah, and that was the live action. I loved How to Train Your Dragon. They did it so well. Like when it comes to live actions, this is how it should be. Like, you shouldn't have to, you know, work on your, like, your animated characters and make them look realistic, but also look like the actual character in the animation. But also, like, the cast was perfect. I thought the cast was perfect. I thought they picked the perfect people to play those characters. And like also like um and I think they did an amazing job keeping it the same. I think they did like leave out like a few little things here and there, but I feel like it stuck true to the first movie, and I think that is so important because when like also Lilo and Stitch, back in May when I saw Lilo and Stitch, they left out so many things, and I feel like and they also not only that, but they changed things in the live action, and I feel like that is not how live action should be. I think if you're making a live action of the first movie and you're trying to recreate that movie to, I feel like you should be listening to your audience. Listen to your audience because these are the people who are watching these things. These are the people who are going to be like, I don't know how to explain it because like this is like so common sense that when you make a live action, it needs to work. Like you need to put in the work, and I feel like they did. I think they said this movie took 3 years to do. So I feel like that's like perfect, but also I feel like if they didn't take that much time and they didn't rush it. They took their time with like the casting and the characters and making the whole set and like the whole like all of it just like so like it was so amazing, and like everything like I was so amazed like how good, like I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy because I love like, and like also for certain like animations and like also for certain movies, like I watch them late because hold on, I'm gonna lower my camera because I'm gonna lower my camera real quick because I want to sit like this. Because like I just watch the same things over and over and I didn't give other things a chance. So when I watched How to Train Your Dragon for the first time, I was like maybe in my early teen years. So I was like 13, 14 watching How to Train Your Dragon for the first time, and I fell in love with it. And I love those movies. I actually have a physical copy of that of that movie. So yeah, and I think yeah, like it was just amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing, and I actually saw it with my dad because it was Father's Day, and I got to see. Excuse me. And I got to see it with my dad, so that was amazing. Cause he never wants to go to the movie theaters, cause he's like, oh, we can watch this movie at home. Like, there's so much about a movie theater that is not the same as if you see a movie at home. And I feel like I'm so glad I got to see it in the theater. First of all, I'm so grateful. But also, I'm so grateful that I got to see it with my dad because, you know, it's Father's Day and I got to see it with him, and it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. But yeah, I loved it. I like, and that was like one of my most anticipated movies of the year but also I think that this exceeded my expectations of what it would be and what it was. I thought it was amazing and much more than amazing. I thought it was incredible, and I thought they did an impeccable job with everything. So yeah. And then I watched Clue. I don't know. It was entertaining, but I was kind of like, I don't know. I was just like, I don't know how to feel about this movie. It's not something that I would usually watch, but I watched it, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It was entertaining though, and there were so many characters in the movie that was just uh, like that I recognized from other stuff that they've been in, so that was kind of cool. Um, and then I watched Howl's Moving Castle. Excuse me. Like, I watched Howl's Moving Castle, and that was really good. I think out of all like the Studio Ghibli, whatever it's called, movies I've watched, I think this is my favorite one. Yeah. And then I watched Elio, and this was my most anticipated movie of the summer, and I loved it so much. Also, like it was like so good, like, and it almost made me tear up a little bit. Like it got me real good at the end. I thought it was just an amazing movie, and I feel like also another thing, I feel like they did not promote it as much as they should have or could have, because like this movie was so good, and I feel like it deserves good praise, and it deserves like that goodness to it, because it was so good. And when I went, I there was like barely anybody in the theater room, so I was like, was this movie not promoted as much as the other movies have been? Because I feel like when it comes to like movies like this, like it's a Pixar movie, like I feel like you would have seen this like 2 years in advance or a year in advance, like talking about it. But I didn't see anything about it until months ago, and I was like, oh, I saw like a trailer or some type of promo for it, and that was it. And anybody I haven't seen anybody promote it. I haven't seen anything really about it before then. So it was kind of crazy that they didn't promote it as much as they would any other Pixar Disney movie. So that was kind of weird. But also like I really, but also I kind of enjoyed that there was barely anyone in there, because like when a movie theater is crowded, it's just like, oh, like it's kind of like, oh, like I have to kind of like be, you know, you have to be a little bit more silent, but it's okay, because I think that, it's like it's more intimate that way, like when there's barely anyone in the theater. But also, like I say, any type of experience in a movie theater is incredible, and I love it. So yeah, and then we can get back with the rest of the stuff. So yeah, so as you guys know, I talked about this. I made a video about Addison Rae, but yeah, I included, because I did listen to her album in the beginning of this month, because her album came out in June 6th, and I listened to her self-titled debut album called Addison, and I loved it. I thought it was just I thought it was just beautiful. And yeah, excuse me. So yeah, and then I got my first ever Precious Moments. Hold on, I want to show you guys. I think I have that on my Pinterest. Hold on, guys. So yeah, I got my first ever Precious Moments, and I saw them on Pinterest first, and I was like, I need this, I want this. So I looked and I looked, and I found one that I wanted. I don't know where exactly it is, but I know I put in here somewhere. So I'm looking right now to see if it's in here. But yeah, hold on. Ooh, oh, here I found it. This is the one I got. I literally got the exact one and I found it. And yeah, it's just Doc McStuffins and Lammy. Oh, it's so cute. It's so freaking cute. I really, really love it. It's so stinking cute, and it's such a good little like decoration for my desk area, because there's nothing on my desk except for my computer. So, my hair's on my face. So, yeah. So I wanted to kind of like decorate it and make my desk a little bit cuter. But yeah. And then I listened to the song Airbag by Radiohead. Why is my phone shaking? I don't know. I don't know why it's doing that. But anyway, so I was listening to Airbag by Radiohead, and it inspired me to kind of like listen to like a lot of Radiohead, and I have been listening to a lot of Radiohead recently. And I also put Radiohead because I have been listening to Radiohead a lot this month, and it really inspired me to get back into listening to Radiohead, and like also just like that kind of like vibe of music. So yeah. And then a book that I read this month was The Pussy Next Door by Amy Award, and I gave that 3 stars. It was just like it was good. I don't really give romances like more than 3 stars, but only if it's like, oh my gosh, I love, then I give it 4 stars. But most of the time I give normal romance books a 3, maybe a 3.5, but never lower than that. Never lower than a 3. But yeah, and then I read Call Me by Your Name by Andre Aciman, and I gave that 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was so beautiful, and the writing was so beautiful. And I think the guy that was in the book, like, no, the guy that was in the movie narrated the book. So that was kind of cool. I don't know what his name is, so I don't know what his name is. But yeah. Sorry. So yeah, so I read that, and then also in June I read Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. I gave that 3 stars. I didn't really love it. I thought I would, but I didn't. And yeah, I gave it 3 stars, like I said. And then I read Lolita. I read Lolita. Hold on, I have my book right here. Sorry if you guys can see my head. Sorry. I have my book right here. I read this whole book and I underlined some things here. And I think I have my thing here. I can pull it up. Literally on my review. I have to, like, it's literally just one sentence. I wrote, this is a book about a pathetic, perverse pedo who fell in love with a 12-year-old girl. And that's it. That's my review. But yeah, he is, but that's who he is. Like, that's the kind of guy who he was. But, I really, but yeah, I did underline some things, and I'll read some of the lines, that I, like, underlined. But this is, like, literally from the first page. But yeah, so, Lolita, light of my life, fire my loins, my sin, my soul. And then, this is another thing I underlined. Did she have a precursor? She did. Indeed, she did. In point of fact, there might have been no Lolita at all, had I not loved one summer a certain initial girl child. And then, this is another thing. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, exhibit number 1 is what the seraphs, the misinformed, simple, noble-winged seraphs envied. Look at this tangle of thorns. And then, hold on. Let me find something else I underlined. Oh, I think this is in the same chapter. I don't know. Oh no. Oh, here we go. So this is from chapter 4. It says, when I tried to analyze my own cravings, motives, actions, and so forth, I surrender to a sort of retrospective imagination which feeds the analytic faculty with boundless alternatives and which causes each visualized route to fork and refork without end in the maddeningly complex prospect of my past. I am convinced, however, that in a certain magic and fateful way, Lolita began with Annabelle, which Annabelle is his first love and all that. But yeah, and then, hold on. Okay. But yeah. And then this is, like, kind of where he's just, like, really trying to, like, ever since the beginning, like, he's, like, always trying to justify, like, his actions, like, what he is doing isn't that bad, you know? And he knows what he's doing, but he's doing it anyway. And, like, yeah, anyway, but this is, like, what I underlined here, and that's, like, my kind of thing. I'm gonna read the 2 things I underlined. So yeah, so I'm gonna start with this one first. He had the utmost respect for ordinary children with their purity and vulnerability, and under no circumstances would he have interfered with the innocence of a child if there was the least risk of a row. But how his heart beat when among the innocent throng he espied a demon child, enfant charmant et fourbe, dim eyes, bright lips, 10 years in jail. If you only show her, you are looking at her. So life went. Humbert was perfectly capable of intercourse with Eve, but it was with Lilith he longed for. So, yeah. And I feel like this like also like this involves like that, but like it also like involves like he constantly talks about and compares his situation with nymphets and seraphs and angels and demons and whatever. So it's like it's like he's just like kind of like doing all this, like, you know, using that kind of imagery to kind of explain like, you know, his thing. Yeah. And then this is another thing that I underlined. That old woman in black who sat down next to me on my bench on my rack of joy, and Nymphette was groping under me for a lost marble and asked if I had a stomach ache. The insolent hag. Ah, leave me alone in my pubescent park, in my mossy garden. Let them play around me forever. Never grow up. And that is like from that first, like from since the very beginning, you could tell like how pathetic and disgusting that man truly is. And yeah. And I just had to like share that. Because like that's like how he is, and like ugh. And like how like also like, you know, like don't follow this book. This book is like he is so like ugh. But I've always wanted to read this book, so I had to continue, you know. And then I read Caught Up by Nevessa Allen, and I gave the book 2.5 star. And guys, I did not like that like, oh my god, Lauren, no, I do not like you. Like why? I loved Lights Out so much. Loved Lights Out. Have it next to me. Love this book. Didn't love Caught Up. I'm honestly disappointed. I was gonna buy it, and I read it, and I was like, oh, thank goodness I didn't buy it, because I don't want that on my shelf. Because I just didn't like it, like at all, like because of Lauren. It literally is because of Lauren. Like, she annoyed me so much in this book. It's crazy. Anyway, it's getting dark. Okay, I need to hurry up because I don't know how long it has. It's like 2:42 right now, but yeah. And then I just started watching Reba. There's like a lot of seasons, so this is gonna probably take me a long time, but I just started Reba. I really like it so far. But yeah, I'm gonna have to like but yeah, I'm gonna take my time with it. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Bless me. But sorry, I'm a little sniffly today. I need to blow my nose or something, cause yeah, I'm not sick or anything. I just yeah. But yeah, so I've been watching Reba. Just started that, and then I am watching Popstar Academy with Cat's Eye. I really am enjoying it so far. I really am loving it. So yeah, that's what I've been watching on Netflix. And then yeah, and then I wrote Lolita, but I just finished that a few days ago. And then I also finished reading The King of Wrath by Anne Huang, and I really, really enjoyed that. I loved it. But yeah, and then I watched most inti- my most anticipated movies of the year and the summer, which my most anticipated movie of the year was How to Train Your Dragon, and then my most anticipated movie of the summer was Elio. And I loved both of them, and I'm so glad I got to see them in the theater, because I feel like with certain movies I'm just like, oh, I want to watch those in the theater, because like, oh my gosh. And I'm so happy I got to see both. I saw How to Train Your Dragon on Father's Day with my dad, and it was so great. I loved it. I thought they did an amazing job. They did so much good work in this movie. They did leave a few little minor details out that they should have put in, but it was just minuscule. But I feel like those little details could have made the movie a little bit better. But I think what they did do was change a scene to kind of make it that other scene that was like a little scene, but it was like very important. But I think what they did do was they changed it to make it another scene and kind of make it that scene, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes it. That doesn't make any sense why I said it, but I think what I said makes sense. I think so. I hope so. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so there was that, and then yeah, and I think like truly filmmakers, this is how making a live action is done. You need to see what, like, the people that made How You Train Your Dragon, they need to look at that and kind of make that the blueprint, because I don't know what it is like with people making the animation to live actions, and it's just like not good, or they didn't cast the right people, which they need to spend as much time on making the movie as picking the perfect people for that movie. And I feel, because like, you know, casting the perfect person makes the movie. Like, you can't not sit there and tell me that that is not true, because it is 100% true. So it literally needs to be done. Like, they need to spend as much time making the movie as casting the right people, making sure also the details of the animation go into, do your research on the animation and make that the blueprint. Don't change. Oh, my hair is like looking crazy right now, but I don't know why my hair is sticking up, but anyway, so yeah, like, they need to look at the animation, do their research, then like put those parts in the movie. Do not change anything. Don't change anything. Like, half of what makes those animations so good is what is important. So you need to keep everything in it and put it on the live action. Don't change anything. I feel like, I don't know why they like think that that's gonna make people want to watch it. Like, we're going to live action because we want to see what it would look like with real characters, and you're sitting here making the live action, changing everything about what made the animation so good, and then you expect us to love it? Absolutely not. But yeah, and but like, that's like the disappointing truth. It's true. Okay, don't, when you're making a live action, don't change anything, please. stop changing these things. Like, I get it if it's like an adaptation, like, you know, and they want to do something different, or like kind of like do, or like how they like do like make something original, like with the Romeo and Juliet, like, you know, making something different, taking that one thing and making it a different thing. Because with, I'm just using this as an example, with Warm Bodies, that is Romeo and Juliet but with zombies. With do I have anything else that's like Alice in Wonderland? That is an animation to live action, but they aged it up. They aged up the character to kind of just make it its own thing, and I feel like that was like very strategic because it made it feel like as the character ages up, it makes sense. It makes sense, you know. And I feel like if you're gonna do an adaptation or kind of make a different thing than it what it actually is. Like if you're gonna do book to movie and you're gonna like age up the characters, make it make sense. Make it make sense, please. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Then I don't know. I have been obsessing with Youngblood's new song called Hello Heaven. Ugh. Hello Heaven Hello. Cause his new album called Idols just came out, and oh my goodness, it's so good. You know, I I can expect nothing less. Like he just makes so good music. So good music. So when I saw that his album came out, I was like, I'm gonna listen to his album for sure immediately. So yeah, I loved his album, but this song in particular, I've been listening to this song so much. I don't know, I just love the vibe of the song. And I also like from his album, I also really loved I also really loved his song called Lovesick Lullaby. I really liked that one, and I also liked Zombie. I Those are my favorite songs off the album. So yeah, I really loved that. And then I've been listening to Leve, and I've been listening to a lot of jazz music. I've been really wanting to get back into jazz because I really like it. It's very calming, and I really wanted to get back into that kind of vibe, that kind of calm vibe, because I've been like kind of like I want to listen to something calming. At the same time, I'm just like, I want to listen to something screaming, belting, kind of like loud music. So I was just like, like I keep going back and forth, like on what I want to listen to. And then I listened to, I don't know what, I don't know, like I have listened to a few of the songs on this album before, but I never really like listened to the album fully, you know, all of the songs all at once. And let me just tell you, this album, Kid Amnesia by Radiohead, oh my goodness, that song, it's literally right under here. I'm gonna pull that up because that album, oh my gosh, that album is so like cool. It's so instrumental as well. It's so interesting how they did that. And also I've been listening to Tom York, which he is in Radiohead. So yeah, and then two songs that I liked were Tree Fingers and In Limbo. And yeah, like this has, hold on, let me see, let me go to the bottom. This has 34 songs. In this album. This album is 2 hours and 5 minutes long, it says. So yeah, this is incredible. I love it so much. I think it's literally such a cool album. I loved the, I don't know, the vibes were incredible. I loved it. So yeah. And then let's see if there was any like songs in between, because yeah. Okay. So I've been listening to Michael Jackson. There was like this one song by Tom York called Dialing In that I loved. And then I found this song called, I saw it on someone's Instagram, so I was like, oh, this sounds good. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna listen to it real quick. And I loved it. It's called Girl of Your Dreams by Eli, I think it's called. And then I've been listening to Boyfriend by Big Time Rush. It's like so nostalgic to listen to. So love that. And then yeah. And then I wanna like listen to more Big Time Rush songs, because it's just so nostalgic for me. So yeah. And then right now, what I'm reading right now is I'm reading King of Pride, and I'm also reading Long Island Compromise by Taffy Brodesser Akner. And yeah, so those are like the books that I'm currently reading right now. And then yeah, and that's all for today. That's all the art students. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys have an amazing day and an amazing summer. And I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell to be notified when I post my next videos. And yeah, I hope you guys see you guys in my next video. Bye.